Hi guys, so now we are here at the stall of Savio sir, and we'll be talking to him with a few questions, taking his input since he has been an industry veteran and he has plethora of experience behind him. So let's get straight down to the work. Hello sir, it's nice to meet you always.
Nice to meet you always.
Yeah.
Yes.
So sir, first question: how has it been for you since our last meeting? I mean, we met last year at the Comic Con and chatted up. So how have things been?
Well, it has been a very interesting year, and of course, coming to Delhi, and of course, the Comic Con, the entire experience is something which I really look forward to, because this is a place where I really get to interact with a lot of fans who are readers of Amar Chitra Katha over the years, and readers of Tinkle, and there have been huge fans who come again and again. Just yesterday, I got a lot of fans who came back for what's new. And this year we have come up with the Bhagavad Gita, which is a new title altogether. Then we have the anniversary special, where Tinkle is celebrating 45 years. And then there are some posters which I have. And of course, if you look at the characters, the iconic characters, that is Shambu and Suppandi, they have to move into different versions. So we have the bobbleheads of these two characters. And what I bring really special for the Comic Con, with every Comic Con, is that I bring my own art, which I have done on paper. So that is something which I really treasure, and this is something which I bring for every Comic Con. So here there is the A to Z of Shambu, right from A, which is action, B, which is boo, and C, which is croak, and it goes on and on. So this is something which is the art which I've done on paper and scanned and taken prints of. And I really feel that, a lot of fans who come forward, they want to see the drawings which are done by hand. Of course, I do have a lot of digital work also. But yeah, so this is what I bring to the Comic Con.
Okay. So, one more thing comes to the mind. I mean, you have been interacting a lot during your workshops or during, events like these.
Correct.
And what kind of change have you noticed in, young readers and their parents? How do they respond to Tinkle characters?
Okay. So there are two types of readers. One of them is those guys who are in their 30s and 40s who grew up reading Amar Chitra Katha and Tinkle. They are huge fans. And then they come with their children who may be around 8 to 10 years old. Their connect is not as strong as what it is with their parents. And I don't blame the children, because they have a lot of options to look at. And my thing is that, convincing the parents, and they are convinced readers. And it's, of course, a lot of very sweet parents come up and they say that, we grew up and now we want our children to read Tinkle and Amar Chitra Katha. And that's a very wonderful thing that I have seen across Comic Cons. So, yeah, so it's a mixed type of audience that I get. Children who don't know Tinkle, parents know it very well. And then that entire thing of like, okay, maine pad liya, and bachpan mein aur aap pad lo. And then the kids pick it up. So that's a wonderful experience with the Comic Con.
I mean, holding on to this, moment. This is all about nostalgia. How nostalgia leads, people to carry on with, reading comic books and all, and then later passing it on to the next generation. So I want to understand from you, because as an artist, you are mindful of the fact that, nostalgia plays a big role.
Correct.
So does this impact the way you draw certain characters?
Definitely. Now, if you look at the transition, like I was talking about how these characters have transitioned out of the comic books, we also look at internally, when we tell a story, when it's a Shambu story, when it's a Suppandi story, we are very mindful of what are the trends, and what are the things that today's children like. I've seen that the elders will say, oh, now I cannot connect with this Tinkle. Because actually this Tinkle is now for the younger generation. And so the trends of storytelling, the trends of visualizing a comic, all of that has changed. So we do that. We go to a lot of schools. We have our own students' council, readers' council, who tell us, and they are young kids who read Tinkle. So we are very close to that, understanding what are the likes and dislikes of today's children, and that is what we bring in the comics. And it's across Amar Chitra Katha and Tinkle. The type of stories we tell in Amar Chitra Katha have changed over the years. The types of writing, the types of illustration, the types of colors, all of that has taken a huge shift from what it was early in the 70s and 80s.
Okay. So in this process of evolution, you as an artist, of late, have you been experimenting with some new style or technique?
Yeah, we do that very often. My entire team. I think earlier what we used to do, we used to draw on paper. I've seen that stage. where drawing on paper was the thing. Now today, of course, we do everything digital. But what also has happened is that type of illustrations we do, they have become more stylized. Like, I have my own team of illustrators. There's Vineet Nair, there is Ritu Parna, she used to work earlier. Then there are 3 or 4 other illustrators in our team. So Srinath is one of them, Abhiram is one of them. All of these guys have adapted to the new style, and they are very young kids. So we get a mix of illustrators across the ages. So, the stylized illustrations will come in Tinkle, even in the Amar Chitra Kathas that we have. The way these illustrations are done, that has changed a lot. And so I think there has to be a healthy balance. And same goes for writing. The young generation of writers who write Amar Chitra Katha and Tinkle today know how, to get the attention of today's readers. The language, the entire storytelling has all changed a lot. So yeah.
One last question, sir.
Yes.
You have been, mentoring and inspiring a lot of young artists. So, any new talent that you have spotted, which is worth a mention, or you would like to talk about?
Quite a few of them. In fact, over here, just a few stalls down, I think Sai is one of the illustrators I really like. Then on the other side, there are a bunch of artists who have come up with the little zines. And that's a very interesting format, the zines. So they're right behind there. And every year when I come, there is something new that I get to see. And of course, we all have the veterans like Somin Patel and Rajesh. And then there is, of course, Harsho. All of that is, Alok is there.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel really wonderful, talking and interacting with them. Our conversations are never going to end. Along with that, of course, it's wonderful to see the new artists coming in.
Yeah. Thank you so much for your time, sir.
My
and
pleasure.
One thing I want to say,
Yeah.
your excitement that you bring to the table and the energy, it's very contagious, sir.
Thank you so much.
You are a veteran person, and if this thing keeps you moving even to this day, so it gives us all the more reason to be attached to this
Thank
world.
you so much for what you do, because there has to be opinions which go out to keep this industry live and kicking. I get a lot of design students who come up who are working into animation, and always tell them, the comics is the basis and the beginning of everything.
Right.
You may go into animation, you may do gaming, you may do all of that, but when it comes down to actual creation of characters and everything, start from comics, and that will open up your entire world to this.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for your time.
My pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you.